Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chad, the #1 dummy, and today's a very special day. We got our care package in from old Dobinson. It's not really a care package because I paid for all of it, but here's what we got. So these are the GS59 940s for the back. These are going to replace the old Bilstein 5100 or 5500s that I've got back there. Awesome stickers, you know how we feel about that. Even more stickers can do it. See? All right, so up next we've got the front stuff. This is what we all came for. Oh yeah. Wow, I'm dropping stickers all over the place. It's a 318 spring with the preloaded 1-inch extra bit of lift. So this should mount up pretty easily. How exciting is that? And the kit also came with the standard Dobinson control arms with the already pressed in ball joint. I'm very excited to get this stuff put on. First I'm gonna have to go to Toyota and get a new bolt for the rear shock back here on the driver's side because it fell off, the nut fell off at some point in time. So when they tell you to go ahead and go back and check everything after 100 miles, they're not kidding. Shit starts falling off. Everything else looks pretty good in there, so we're gonna jump into that. This is not gonna be a how-to video. If I come across some tips and tricks that I think are pretty easy, I'll add them in. I'm gonna film everything and probably fast forward it just like I did with the rear suspension. So I hope you enjoy it. I also purchased a diff drop as well as a carrier bearing drop. I've already got a carrier bearing drop on there, but I'm going to put the Dobinson one on instead of the old man Nemo, just because. All right, so over here at Big Dog's house. Big Dog got him some new rough country leaf packs. So we're going to be installing those. We're not going to show you any of this stuff because we did it just the other day on my truck. But what I did want to show you is, if you remember the green Taco, the old patina is what we called it. It had a rusted out hood. Not rusted out, but a rusted hood. The paint was fading. All of the clear coat had worn out on it. We went ahead and got it raptor coated. I think it looks pretty fucking cool. Kyle was kind of the guinea pig test dummy. He found a guy on Facebook that would raptor spray it, so he did. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and get these leaf packs installed, and we'll start thinking about some other stuff, like maybe my suspension. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure all these suspension parts are nice and tight, and then we're going to replace the shocks, and then we'll move on to the front. Alright, so when you get your new shock, it's going to come with no bushing in it, or the bushing's in there, but there's a sleeve that has to go in. It comes with this big bag of sleeves. You just go through and find the one that fits your bolt, and that's the one you're going to use. So it comes with a long fat one, a long skinny one, a short skinny one, and a short fat one. I'm going with the short fat one. That's what fits mine. The rest of those are trash. So the easiest way to do this is to actually assemble the bottom first. So I'll add the sleeve, put it where it's supposed to be, run my bolt through it. There we go. Add my washer, nut. So now what I'll do is I'll cut this band off, pull this plastic piece off, unscrew the nut, take this top washer and this rubber piece off, and then just let it slide into place. You will have to hold the shock down while you're doing it, but it's not that bad. Comes off. Washer. Come on, baby. slide into the hole. Rubber piece goes back on. Washer goes on with the indent facing down. 17mm bolt goes right back on top. Hold the shock and ratchet her down. All right, so that's the rear shocks on. I'm gonna go ahead and get them tightened up and then switch it up to the front. That's a wrap on the back.
A few moments later.
So this is basically a video of me taking apart the front of my truck. There's a million videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to go in depth on what I'm doing. If you need to know how to take it apart, just check YouTube. This is not that video. This is just a video for you to enjoy. So like right here, you have to actually move the inner fender well out. So I just grabbed a big pair of channel lock pliers and just bent it out. Because if you don't do that, when you pull that bolt out that holds the upper control arm in, you can't get the bolt out because it has a built-in washer on it. It's a big pain in the ass. You can 100% do this job by yourself. The upper control arm is a little bit tricky to get back in by yourself, but you can do it, trust me. Good Lord! So you can see I'm trying to get the 3 bolts out that hold the strut assembly in. I got these struts put on at Full Wheel Parts. And whoever put them on with about 400 foot-pounds of torque, so I couldn't get them off. I also couldn't get a socket on the back one. So as you see here, I started to beat in the fender well with my breaker bar and a hammer. You're not gonna hurt anything. If you can't get the bolt on, you gotta get it on. So move what you gotta move to get that joker on there. But just like everything, eventually it will come loose and you can carry on with your life. On the Dobinson set, the nuts that hold the struts assembly in, they're the nylon nuts, so you don't have to torque them down to a bajillion foot-pounds. You just tighten them down and then you're good. Good Lord.
Lord, she jumps like a dang kangaroo.
Are we on the other side at least now?
We are.
So 6 hours later? This side should go like real fast then, right?
Yeah, this side's going pretty quick.
You're an expert now.
Yeah, I've got an idea.
Yep, drop your sticker.
Yep.
Well, power it up.
So the way I found to put the control arm back in is start running the bolt through and then take a hammer and just do a bunch of mini taps until it finally goes all the way through. Eventually it'll go. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but eventually
just tap it in.
Now we're just going to hook everything back up, bolt everything back together. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, donezo. inches. Oh, baby. It's gonna settle a little bit, but woo, girl. All right, so that's it right there. It's sitting about 3 inches higher than it was. It'll probably settle a little bit, so it should be matched up pretty well with the rear end. Sorry about that. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna charge this camera up because it's about to die. We'll get back to you after the test drive. So fun story, never got back to you after the test drive. It's been about 6 months since I put that lift on. I've been to Alabama, rode through all the mountains there, been to Osceola a few times. The suspension is freaking awesome. The springs that I got are a little bit stiff. I thought with the ARB winch bumper and then the winch on top of that, that it'd be a little bit heavier than it is. It's a little stiff, but after riding around in it for 6 months, I'm completely used to it now. The rear suspension's awesome. Everything is just, it lines up perfectly. The truck sits really, really good. There's no squatting, there's no bulldogging. So it just all sits really good. Drives great. I'm really, really happy with my suspension setup. All right, well, that's the end of the video. Huge shout out to all the followers. Thank you so much. We love seeing the feedback, and it makes us want to create more. So we've got some new stuff coming out. We got Leslie with her new 4Runner. She got the stubby bumper and the winch put on the other day. She just ordered an awning, so we're gonna put that on. She has a 3-inch lift that we're gonna put on it that's sitting in her garage, so we're gonna do that. And we got a lot of stuff coming up. So we look forward to bringing it to you and filming it, and we're gonna try and make more videos than videos we watch on YouTube. Does that make sense? Spend less time watching YouTube, more time creating. Maybe, I don't know. All right, thanks. See you guys later. Love you. Bye. Just tap it in.